Again, Wigan 12, Leeds 6 as we approach half-time. Now, just before we get underway in the second half, just a word that Wigan St Patrick's, who, by the way, the amateur club in Wigan have supplied 6 of the Wigan side that's on duty here tonight. They've got a big centenary match at their ground in Darlington Street in Wigan on Sunday, starting at 2 o'clock. Everyone's invited to celebrate and look forward to the next 100 years of possibly the most famous amateur club in the country. Former players include the likes of Joe Lydon, Sean Edwards, the late great Mike Gregory, the coach of Wigan tonight, Shaun Wane, and players like Liam Farrell, Sam and Joel Tompkins, Darryl Goulding, etc, etc. 2 o'clock on Sunday at Wigan St Pat's, a big centenary match. And well done to them for 100 years in Wigan. Can the league leaders prevail here at the home of the champions? Leeds with ball in hand, and this is Jamie Jones-Buchanan trying to go up the middle, but Coley and Joel Tompkins, one of those ex-Wigan St Pat's, they're there to bring him down. This now is Burrow, he gives it to Ablett.
Well, they'll be boosted by the fact that they scored just before the half-time break. It's a good effort by young Chris Clarkson there to put them back in this game, because up until that point, to me, Wigan, they seemed to be controlling the match, and it was only through silly penalties that they gave away on the trot that allowed Leeds the position and for them to score that vital try. It could be so important to change this game around.
Something else could be important. Darryl Goulding looks lame. That is a heavy bandage on that left thigh, and as he collected that ball as it was kicked downfield, he seemed to be limping very heavily indeed. I think there's a problem there for Darryl Goulding. Big strapping on the leg, that's probably stating the obvious, but he doesn't look comfy at all. Lulawa, McLaughlin and Liam Farrell now. Just looking at the bench that Wigan are employing tonight. Goulding out there on the wing. Just wonder how Shaun Wane would reorganise if he had to, Phil.
Well, they're fortunate that Joel Tompkins is fast enough, fit enough to play centre or wing for them, so I think he'd shift out there, and the guys on the bench would come in and fill the middle roles.
The kick from Deacon is collected on the full by Scott Donald.
That surprised me there. Paul Deacon was in great form last week against Hull. His kicking game was so instrumental in their victory, and in these wet conditions, I'm surprised that he didn't put it to ground. It's straight down the throat of the winger Donald.
Here's Brent Webb, gets it wide to Maguire. Maguire tried to fool the 2 defenders. Gleeson was one of them. Stuck to him like a limpet.
You're right, Eddie. I agree with the fact that Goulding is really struggling out there. And it amazes me that Leeds have not pressed it. They have got it. They've gone on that side.
Yes, they've gone.
They realise there's a problem. This forward pass.
Oh, no, it isn't. It's a penalty.
Oh, that was delayed.
And Coley goes to the bin.
Well,
warning before half-time, immediately before half-time. Coley is sin bin. For what, he says.
The referee has sent Andy Coley to the sin bin.
Well, it looked a bit dodgy, didn't it?
He's actually not passed the ball when he makes contact. I think that's an error from the official. I understand he's under pressure. He wants to reduce the number of penalties. But bad luck for Andy Coley and bad luck for Wigan here. They're in retreat.
They are. He wants to reduce the number of penalties. He's just reduced Wigan down to 12.
I'm with you, Clarky. I thought he was just committed to the tackle.
I think if we look at it frame by frame, he's almost got contact as the ball's still in his hand.
This is Maguire. Gets the ball inside to Jamie Jones-Buchanan. Wigan now with a big job to do in defence here with the 1-man down. Coley in the sin bin. Burrow scheming, looking both ways, gives it to Sinfield. Sinfield then drops it back to Webb, who goes without it. Well, Wigan will breathe easier, and they won't rush to form this scrum.
You could see he just grabbed at it, didn't allow the ball to be embraced by the arms. Fingertips got in the way. He knows it's a big opportunity missed there. One advantage, I suppose, if you're going to knock on, you may as well do it 10 metres out from your opposition line.
And I can tell you that Andy Coley is having a word with, I think that's the match commissioner who is on the side there. And he is complaining about the decision. Here goes Martin Gleeson, meanwhile, for Wigan.
They're vital yards. Unbelievable, because this means that Wigan will get somewhere in and around the halfway line when it gets to the final. And that'll be the kick. Final play of the ball, that is, and he's got him for, well...
Carl Ablett's offside now, says referee Steve Ganson. Penalty to Wigan. That's a relieving penalty.
That could be, what, 6 or 7 on the trot that Wigan have received.
Well, the cup game had 23 penalties, Eddie. The weather was similar that day.
This has had 13 so far.
And a long way to go. A couple of nasty incidents that brought about those penalties, of course.
Joel Tompkins dominated by the tacklers Ablett and Senior. Here's Luluai. It's Sam Tompkins, short ball to Fielden. Fielden got the arms free, got the legs free as well. That's good meters for, and he's crawling forward. Here now is Deacon. Deacon then gives it to Liam Farrell, who cuts back on the inside.
He's lost it.
Play on, says the referee. Let's go down to Bill.
Dugout and found himself sitting right alongside the match commissioner, Ian McGregor, and wasn't slow in making his point to the match commissioner. And Andy Coley's point was that he's in the sin bin, he's on the sidelines, and there's a player out there who's on report for a much more serious incident. He's just questioning the wisdom of that.
This is Webb and Senior. Back it goes to Ablett. No progress forward from Ablett. Hewson saw to that. Burrow scampers from dummy half, gives it to Bailey. Bailey gets Leeds almost to halfway on the last, importantly.
They've got to control it with a kick, and Burrows has put a neat one in as well.
Yes,
There's a fine touch. No, it won't. Oh.
Sam Tompkins has to run this back, and there's a wall of defenders led by the kicker. He's lost the ball. It's with Maguire.
What an error from Tompkins.
Well, Tompkins was content to let that ball go out. Here is Burrow. Now it's Senior. Try for Leeds. Keith Senior hits back for Leeds. The big error from Sam Tompkins as he ran the ball back. Andy Coley in the bin. Wigan down to 12 men. Leeds strike with Keith Senior. And Keith Senior, no one has scored more tries in the weekly rounds than this fellow. That's his 188th try in the weekly rounds, a record.
It was a kick from Burrow, it was a tackle from Burrow that dislodged the ball, put them in a great opportunity here, and they switched very quickly indeed. Senior knew he had them, he knew he was over for the 4.
Senior takes the applause and gives the applause. Burrow with a tremendous tackle and a decent kick, and he was the man following up. And Keith Senior, well, he missed his first game of 2010 last week against Salford. He's into double figures now for the season. And short price that Kevin Sinfield here with the conversion will level the scores up at 12 apiece. Lining the ball up absolutely precisely on the tee. Kevin Sinfield over there on the left-hand touchline. (10-12) in Wigan's favour. Sinfield with this kick to level matters, get us back to where we were at the start. What a kicker he is. What a kicker of the rugby ball Kevin Sinfield is. It is 12-all.
And I think it's important that players and coaches and referees don't let previous incidents influence the way they act or make a decision. And here's one I think that Steve Ganson's got wrong. Look, there are milliseconds between the point of contact and the pass that's made. It doesn't appear to be a high one to the head either from Rob Burrow. And the fact that Andy Cole has been sent to the sin bin is a glaring error, I think, there from the referee. I don't want to condemn referees. It's a very difficult job. He's trying his best, but that was a poor one, in my opinion.
A costly one, because Leeds are now on terms. And here is Ryan Bailey.
Yeah, it's certainly shaking this Wigan outfit out, but let's not forget that it was the bad error by Sam Tompkins, the kick from Burrow. It was a great tackle from the little halfback as well. He really hit hard and dislodged the ball. That's gone backwards, that'll be play on.
Two really tasty games for you this weekend on Sky Sports in Glorious high definition, Warrington Saints, Saturday night, this Saturday at 6:30 HD2. 9 minutes of this second half gone, the scores are level. Wigan, who beat Leeds 24 points to 4 in March this year. And Richards will run this ball back if he can, but Leeds hound him to the ground. Didn't make much progress forward.
It's a beautiful kick though by Danny Maguire. He's had a lot of influence in this game as well as Maguire controlling things out there, and they're getting involved. And Carmont had a little go at Bailey, and there's a Sam Tompkins' arm came out as well. Certainly made contact. It's getting a bit tasty. Just to your liking, right?
There was a push by Ryan Bailey.
Interference, you're pushing back down.
Well, Wigan will take that. You're enjoying it, Brian, I know you are.
I am enjoying it. If I turn my microphone on, it's even better. Yeah, bring it on. I think both teams, what we've got to try and avoid is smart and aggressive, but silly plays like that from Ryan Bailey cost you the game at the end. You know, the little push and the little shove. There's a difference between good, tough rugby league and silly rugby league.
Here's Joel Tompkins. Wigan still down to 12 men. Andy Coley in the sin bin. The ball has come free and illegally again. Luke Burgess has stolen the ball in a two-man tackle.
Big relief as well. Just squeezes the ball out. Trailing arm. This is real pressure now.
Wigan piggybacking downfield on the back of these 3 penalties in a row, and here is Fieldon to drive it in.
Another drive, and then I think you'll see Tompkins chime in from the full-back position.
O'Loughlin went one way, fooled them, went the other. Senior was there, good job too. Here's Lulawar, fires the pass to Sam Tompkins. He gives it then to Deacon. Deacon to Chewson. Chewson goes round one. Great feat from Chewson. Just lost the footing at the last moment. Quick play the ball though. Referee says play on. It looked a right mess at that play the ball.
It was a right schmozzle. He said get on with it. Well, Ablett's got his arm caught. And Sam Tompkins says, well, it's your job to remove it. Will they take the 2?
I think they will this time, because they're down to 12 men. And now I think Kevin Sinfield's going to be told by Steve Ganson there have been 4 quick penalties. The next one could be a sin binning.
If he gets caught with his arms there, that's his problem. That's not something I adjudicate on. So don't put his hand there. That's a repeated run, same as theirs. Official caution. They've got to tidy it up, else one's going off. No, they haven't done. Okay, no, it's caught between his legs.
I just need Eddie to understand what does tied it up or one's going off. Is that for the rest of the game? Is that for foul play or you know, high tackles? What sort of? What is that?
We've had 4 technical offences, haven't we, in quick succession? And you know, he did actually trap the arm underneath him, Sam Tompkins. He's a very old head, Brian, on young shoulders. Is this something you've taught him?
10 years.
Absolutely not.
How long does that warning run for, Brian?
I reckon it runs for about 5 minutes. I don't think there's a time limit on it. You know, there is an occasion that the referee dictates there's a reasonable amount of time. Well, you tell me, but he's got his breath back and the kick's off again, or I don't know. It's I think it's one of those games that's got a little bit scrappy, and I think he's trying to place his authority on the game and saying everybody clean your acts up because we're fed up with the penalties.
Well, if Sinfield's a great kicker, Wigan have his equal in Pat Richards this season. He's just booted Wigan ahead again, 14-12. Leeds now on an official warning. And Andy Coley about to return to the fray when he gets the nod from the 4th official. They've conceded a try, but they haven't now, as he comes back onto the field, they haven't actually squandered their advantage, although it's reduced. Sinfield with the deep kick-off. Luluai's underneath it. Goulding on one leg.
It'll be interesting to see how that Andy Coley reacts to this as well. If he takes the ball up, just keep your composure. Well, it's a very brave effort there, you know, by Darrell Golding.
Well, I wonder how long that they can keep him out there, because Leeds, well, it's obvious to everybody. We've spotted it, so if it's obvious to us, it's obvious to the players.
Well, every time Leeds get the ball, all they've got to do is keep kicking to him. The kick and chase is going to be a lot quicker than he can get back to it.
Here's Harrison Hansen with the head guard back on. It's grey, it's not red, so hopefully, Bill, the stitches have worked.
They're hoping so, but it was one of the worst cuts the medical team have had to deal with for some time, according to the Wigan bench. A really nasty gash, which is why Harrison Hansen is on his second scrum cap, and a bit of a problem for the Rhinos as well, because Ryan Bailey limped away just before that penalty success, and he's had to be replaced, and it looks like a leg injury for Bailey.
Gleeson in with the tackle on Webb. This is Ryan Hall. Wigan hunt him down, three of them there. Burrow waits. Gives it to Sinfield. Back it goes then to Maguire. Wide then to Delaney. Carmon stands his ground. Help from Deacon, they dump him on his back.
And again, solid defence by Wigan. They really are working hard, coming as a unit. You can see that they're forcing Leeds into virtually one-out rugby league football.
Burrow and Peacock. Back it goes to Webb. Gleeson went for him, missed him. He got it away to Ablett, but there are two there. Tewson and Golding.
Kick early, go down on that left-hand side.
With Sinfield, though. They come this way. It's a good kick, it's a good kick. Oh, it was helped on by Donald. Now, did that play the man, or did the man play the ball? Wigan's head and feed. Not played at, he says.
It was a great little kick, wasn't it, by Sinfield?
He's right, it wasn't played at.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing that George Carmon could do about that. Donald whips it in. That'd have caught the invisible man, it was so quick.
Arms weren't raised, so it wouldn't be classed as a possible charge down, and he just moved his arms away. The ball hit him in the chest, and out it went.
I'm just wondering, Eddie, why on earth did they go on this side when we know, you keep saying it, everybody knows, Darrell Golding is in a mess out there on that right-hand side in defence.
Now it's Leeds' turn to defend. Golding has got a major problem with that leg. Prior to tonight, Leeds were the only team to keep Wigan trialist this year in that cup win here in May. And it's incredible, you know, when you think about that, not one of the Leeds players are in the top 25 tacklers in the stats in the Super League this year. How does that work? Stats, lies and damn lies? I don't know.
Well, it's just that they work as a unit. It's not just one or two doing all the defending. That's a great
kick from Tompkins. Well held by Ryan Hall.
He bobbled around in his hands as well.
Good chase from Gleeson. Senior clattered to the ground. Harrison Hansen, Andy Coley. Looks like the sin binning has fired Andy Coley up. A bit annoyed that he was sent to the bin.
Well, the final 10 minutes of that first half, Wigan just lost the plot slightly. They gave away 3 penalties, which allowed Leeds just a sniff to get back into this game. Good work from Webb.
Great work from Webb and from Delaney. He finds Scott Donald. Carmont does well to deal with the threat. This is Delaney again. Running across and into the cherry and white jerseys. Last tackle here for Leeds. They're 10 metres inside the Wigan half. Sinfield with a high kick. Sam Tompkins after this. It was a penalty because Jamie Jones-Buchanan simply jumped at him.
Yeah.
He was never competing for the ball.
You're right, Eddie. Also raised the knee. Watch this. The leg right into the body of Sam Tompkins, who'd been in the wars. And
I think
again,
he still enjoys being fullback after this.
Oh, he's a tough hombre.
Steve-O, that's for you.
I missed it.
Clarkie's got it. Phil Clark caught that on the floor.
No, a little knock on. I've got to give myself up there, Brian. Go ahead and feed.
It was a great catch. What's up with you? Nobody saw it.
Well, I ducked. I was out of the way.
So was I. I noticed you went behind me.
Yes.
But both sides appear to me as they don't want to risk much. They're just going through the... Oh, that's a silly penalty to give away. He never really regained his feet before he plunked the ball
Well,
down.
he's saying that he actually grabbed Danny Badiras as he got up and played this ball, Coley.
Well, he's got to regain his feet.
Yeah, Phil's given Brian the ball. Brian doesn't want it.
Hold. Go.
Brian only short of footballs at the Crusaders. Shouldn't he throw that back?
No, the odd one won't go miss.
Guardian Lulawai will drive it in for the Rhinos.
You know that Brian Noble gives his heart and soul to every club he's there, doesn't he?
Rob Burrow. Burrow back it comes to Maguire. Oh, he nearly went without
he
it.
did well there to hang on.
He did. Clattered by Harrison Hansen as well. Burrow 10 metres out, finds Sinfield. Sinfield then to Brent Webb. Wide to Senior, flicked on to Ryan Hall. Thomas Lulawai did ever so well. He was wrong-footed then. They were attacking Goulding's line then, weren't they? Here is Burrow. Here's Ablett. Ablett trying to go around Harrison Hansen, spins. Can he get the ball away? No. Last tackle, camped on the Wigan line. Comes back to Maguire. Stabbed to the in-goal area. Too long.
Nice idea, just too strong. Delaney was lurking. Beautiful little stab, but a little bit too heavy there from Maguire. Who, as this game has progressed, especially in the second half, has certainly come into his own. He's controlling things out there. The combination with Sinfield is certainly working, but Wigan still hold that 2-point lead.
Back to Bill Arthur.
Eddie, there's still no sign of Daryl Goulding being replaced, despite the fact that left thigh is heavily strapped and he's hobbling around. And that last attack, besides, there's no sign of the Leeds Rhinos targeting. I just thought Mark Riddell came to the sidelines. It looked as though they were going to make a change. In fact, Joel Tompkins has come off and Riddell has gone on. Goulding is still out there hobbling.
Hold. Go.
Wigan don't have a match next week, of course. They can leave Goulding out there as long as they wish, but it is risky on a night like this. Lulawai drills the kick up the middle. It comes off the knees of Ryan Hall. The Wigan crowd behind the post there, appealing for a knock-on. It never was.
Did well, lifted the arms. Just got him out. Only just in time, though.
You know, that's impressive from Wigan. They've just played the ball, Ryan Hall, on about the 30-metre line. Wigan's defence moved up that quickly that by the time Webb playing it, they're only a metre further forward. It's really, really good defence.
And Peacock has lost the ball.
That could be the turning point. Just as we go into the final quarter, he has lost possession as Peacock.
All right. Okay, mate.
Interesting, talking about the fact that Daryl Goulding is still out there on that right wing. Every time that Leeds have had that attacking force, you could see Thomas Lulawai has lurked right over, taken over for him, and they push Daryl Goulding into a central position.
Wait. Okay, Brett. Come back home.
Deacon feeds the scrum, gives it then to Lulawai.
Surrender! One, move!
Here's Martin Gleeson. This is Ben Davis, back from his spell at Widnes. 16 appearance for them. Oh, it's Harrison Hansen through the gap. Harrison Hansen on his own! And Harrison Hansen scores a magnificent try. Countless stitches in the head, but Harrison Hansen, he just carved through the Leeds Rhinos defence then. A try in the win against Leeds at home last year. This is his 90th starting appearance underneath that grey scrum hat, or scrum cap, should I say. We've got loads of stitches, pints of blood, but Harrison Hansen just put the foot to the floor then and ghosted through the defence and scored a great try for Wigan.
Simple basics of making sure that you hold on to the ball was something that Peacock failed to do, but the pass is nothing short of superb. Look at that. Sinfield had gone back and he was sucked in by Paul Deacon. This fella came on the angle, half a gap, it turns into a magnificent break. Look at that. Just sucked Sinfield in. There was never any doubt. His eyes just lit up and said, I'm on my way to glory. That is a great effort. He's worked hard and has been rewarded with a wonderful, wonderful try.
An England junior international, but he's playing his international football. He had 1 cap for New Zealand and then 5 for Samoa, Harrison Hansen. And that was a tremendous piece of pace and skill from the big second rower. And now Pat Richards with the opportunity to nudge Wigan further ahead. South Stand packed behind him. They've gone just a little bit quiet. They'll do their bit to try and put him off, though. And Richards safe with the boot. It's Leeds 12, Wigan 20.
Beautiful. Look how he just sucks in the defence there. Sinfield has gone. Should have been in that hole. In and out. Pace, power, and the glory.
Well, this now is the 9th consecutive game that Leeds have conceded 20 points or more in a match. And maybe therein lies the problem for the champions in 2010. Problem for Brian McLennan now is men have to come from 8 points down, and there's still a quarter of an hour of the match to go, so there's bags of time. But this Wigan defence has been absolutely crushing the life out of the Leeds attack, hasn't it?
Certainly has, and they've worked hard as a unit as well. They had full control in that first half. It was only in the vital last 5 minutes where they were giving away silly penalties, and that's not the best kick. Well taken by Scott Donald, but they've got to throw everything now, Leeds. They've got to take a few gambles, keep this ball alive, make sure they get good support play.
Delaney. 3, 4 cherry and white jerseys in close attendance every time the Leeds Rhinos get hold of the ball.
Eddie, you don't need to be a genius to work out. We've watched this game for an hour just over. It'll take something special to get through Wigan's defensive line. What is special about the Leeds Rhinos? Alilau Atiti, for me, would be one of the options, because very few others have got the individual brilliance to create or score a try from nothing. Whether they can get him out on the field, maybe we'll have to find that question. But him operate on the left alongside Senior, inside Burrow, that's probably a danger that Wigan may have to face.
Here's Maguire as Leeds run the ball. It's a chip over the top. It's not the best because Richards was perfectly positioned. And Richards will begin the counter, and he'll bounce away from Sinfield. He can't get away.
Twinkle toes
from Kylie Luluai.
Just saying, twinkle toes, and of course the upper body strength to bump someone off. And it's moves like that from a winger, especially from Pat Richards, that really lifts the side. It's a good move as well by Sean Wayne to bring out Mark Riddell.
Ben Davis is out there as well, who played the ball to him. Oh, that wasn't the best pass. Just lost their way a bit then, Wigan. Sam Tompkins did well to retain possession. Riddell just put the hand up then.
Well, all Wigan have to do now is make sure on this last that it's a good kick and chase. Doesn't matter if it goes over the whitewash.
And that was O'Loughlin's view as well. Bill has had a very busy night. More Wigan news.
So is the Wigan physio team, because Thomas Luluai has just had to leave the field, and he was furious coming off. Furious the fact that he's picked up what looks like a hamstring injury and walked down the sidelines cursing and muttering, because he knows how crucial the last 15 minutes of this game are going to be.
And here goes Peacock on the charge for Leeds. What a run! How about this? Oh, he's lost that! He's lost that, and the referee and touch judge have combined to see it. But what about the sidestep from the big man? Everything spot on until he just lost the ball on the ground in the tackle.
Sometimes you know it's not going to be a good day at the office, and this is one of them. Remember, he lost the football earlier, and he has done it again in wet conditions. You don't normally see that from the man. He works tirelessly throughout.
Well, you know, Eddie, we've been coming here for years, and when Leeds make a break, we very often see a Burrow or Maguire or Webb finish that break into tries. But Wigan's cover defence was again good. They pushed him away from the options he had on one side of the field. No real support pass that he could find. You know, defending and preventing tries is a complex job. It takes a lot of effort and a lot of thinking.
And you were wondering where the piece of magic might come from for Leeds. It almost came then from Jamie Peacock.
Well, they broke the line, but they didn't get over to score the points. That's the difficult thing. Breaking Wigan's line, many teams have done that, but then converting it into 4 points on the scoreboard is a secondary challenge.
Here's Riddell. Infield it comes to Coley. Takes the tackle. Tackle number 3.
On the mark.
Riddell finds Deacon. Deacon then to Carmont. Oh, he's lost it. Play on. Delaney has the ball for the Rhinos.
Still plenty of time. They've got to make sure that they get it. Remember that Leeds scored just before the half-time break. And they certainly need one very quickly indeed. Just put it more pressure in the Wigan minds.
Badiris to Luluai. Wigan again. There are 3 cherry and white jerseys every time a Leeds man gets the ball to complete the tackle. Badiris, Maguire. Maguire going for Burrow. Burrow then short to Peacock again. And he's turned over on his back. Badiris again from dummy half. Sinfield. Burgess a short ball. Harrison Hansen with the tackle. Badiris once again. Here's Burrow. Gets the ball away to Brent Webb. And Brent Webb tried to come inside, but Gleeson was up to the mark, up to the question. Burrow, crossfield kick, left-footed, looking for Scott Donald, moving in at pace. Well claimed by Richards. Is there a better taker of a high ball in Super League than Pat Richards?
I'm with you, not often, but that is superb. Rock of Gibraltar, call it whatever you like, Brian. He's just superb at times, isn't he?
He's the Rock of Gibraltar. Why would you kick to him? He's a fabulous catcher of the ball. You've got a problem on the other side with a fella, and now it's a penalty. Build some pressure, roll the ball through, get the ball back again. But Pat Richards is pretty much 100% when he's doing those kind of catches.
Yeah, I'm with you, Brian. We've mentioned it throughout the second half that Leeds, well, for some unknown reason, have opted on 4 occasions, not once, but 4 occasions, to not put pressure on Daryl Goulding, who is limping like the horses that I back.
Hold, mate. Hold.
Here's Gleeson for Wigan, restarting. And here's Ben Davis again. It's a long way from Blackpool and the Northern Rail final that he played in a couple of weeks ago for Widnes to Headingley, the home of the Super League champions with the league leaders Wigan. But that's the journey he's made in the past 14 days. He's served Widnes well. He's now serving Wigan well. Deacon to Hansen again. Fancies another one.
He's brought a lot of steadiness to this side, hasn't he, Paul Deacon?
Riddell. Deacon. Deacon to O'Loughlin over the top. Into the arms of Goulding.
If it had been fit and it had been a better pass, he probably would have scored then. He did well to put himself there. Oh, quick thinking.
Gleeson with the try in the corner that just might seal this match for the league leaders. Martin Gleeson. He's not got a great record on this ground, you know. His last try here was for Warrington in 2005. His battle with his ex-England colleague Keith Senior has been frantic all night, but Gleeson might be going home with the last laugh here, because that's his 9th try of the season and his first on this ground for 5 years.
Brilliant pass there from Sean O'Loughlin. He's had a big game as well. Well taken by the injured Goulding. And this is very poor play. Everyone goes this way and I go the other. That, I'm afraid, that is schoolboy stuff. They all went one way and a man called Gleeson went the other.
He noticed
Absolutely.
that Ryan Hall was on. Look at number 5, Ryan Hall. Pushes them right, there's no one out there.
And there's nobody talking.
And then Brent Webb came back, Steve-O, and bumped into him. Just made it even worse.
Well, you stay opposite your man. You stay in your position.
Not happy, Ryan Hall.
Well, he knows it. I don't think his coach would be too impressed either. But let's not take anything away the way that Gleeson, he picked it. But what about the take from Goulding? I mean, that was amazing. He threw his body through. Beautiful long pass from Sean O'Loughlin. Now,
can Richards kick this goal? No, he can't. It's 12-24, 2 converted tries, time against the champions.
What a take. Did he lose it?
Now then.
Oh, did he lose it? We didn't spot that. That'll be interesting either way. It's on the scoreboard.
Oh, and another short kick-off from Sinfield. Sails out on the full. Well, he tried it at the start of the game and it didn't come off. He's tried it now, deep into the match, and ditto.
Well, they had to try something, but to no avail. 12 points adrift. And even the skill factor from the Rhinos that we've seen for the last 3 years.
I think he's the Super League Superman with Brian Carney. He is. Next Thursday, Kevin Sinfield will talk to Brian Carney next Thursday night in the Super League Superman series. And Brian, ever being the diplomat, will not mention tonight and those two kickoffs from Kevin Sinfield. Well, he might risk it.
I think he will.
Deacon. Oh, Palliasina's gone without it. Gifts it to Luke Burgess.
Well, just at a time when Sean Wayne would have got the message out and say, look, all we have to do is just camp down there. If you feel like it, just go for the one-pointer just to irritate the opposition.
As you say, Brian Noble, you do not give Leeds the ball back in places like this.
It's gone backwards.
Whoops! Nearly a loss again. Maguire just managed to hang on, wasn't happy with Fielden's attention. Here's Peacock.
They've done a good job on the big prop forward, haven't they, Jamie Peacock? One low, one on the top. No chance of an offload.
Burrow, clattered by Riddell unfairly.
Mark, down.
Yep.
It was round the neck, wasn't it?
It wasn't a swinging arm, it was more of a grab. That's nice little shoulder charge from Joel Tompkins, who really has worked hard. 22 tackles.
Sinfield, Burrow, Maguire. Deacon did a good job with a little bit of help from Carmon. Maguire's brought down. Badiris to Burrow. Then to Sinfield. Sinfield, lateral run. Stabbing behind Goulding. Oh, now then, I think he's got this, Ryan Hall. I think he lost it first off, but I think he got it back.
I agree. It bobbled, but he had the common sense to get it. He's onside, no doubt about that. Beautiful kick through. Sinfield has weighted it superbly, and I think on the second time, Ryan Hall whips it, whips it, whips it. Come here, baby.
Oh, it hit the knee of the Wigan man.
It's a knock-on then.
Sam Tompkins.
It hit Sam Tompkins, I'm sure it does.
Well, if it does, then that's a knock-on. Or does he get a boot to it?
Had he got the control back?
If he gets a boot, does he get a boot to it? He does get a boot. Oh, no, it's a hand. It's a knock-on. This should be turned down.
Well, as Sam Tompkins come to the rescue for the Wigan Warriors, Ryan Hall thinks he's scored.
I think it's no try.
What does Phil Bentham say? Tries denied. It's a 20-metre restart. It was a knock-on because it came off Sam Tompkins' knee.
Kevin, hit the Wigan man.
Deserved it. It was a beautiful way to kick there by the lead skipper. See it bounce up, and soon as it hits...
He's not got control, you see.
Yep, and if it hits the knee, that is classified as a knock-on. Well done, Phil Bentham, the video referee.
Well, if Wigan hang on for the next 5 minutes and win this match, are they, in all but official points, are they the league leaders and the league leaders shield holders for 2010, Phil?
Yes, without doubt. They've shown they can consistently perform close to their best more often than everybody else. In fact, every week, not all of your players play well, but Wigan probably getting about 10 out of the 13 on the field who are performing well, and that's enough to get them winning games. And I just think tonight, again, they've risen to the challenge. They've shown against a strong and committed Leeds side that they're good enough to prevent them from scoring 20 points, and that'll be enough to win most games for them.
Here's Liam Farrell now for Wigan, as they just in the last 5 minutes try and put this game well and truly to bed. Palliasina, a good drive up the middle, that came backwards. Oh, stolen, says the ref. Oh, I'm not sure about that. Wigan won't be complaining. I think Richards will take 2 more. Well, maybe he's got a point, the referee.
Yeah, Badeiras was onto the ball there.
It was a loose carry, though, wasn't it, by Palliasina, Brian? Wasn't that a loose carry?
No, I think there's been a pressure applied from the Leeds player there. It's one of those debatable ones. We've probably had 6 decisions like that tonight, Eddie, where, here we go. You take your pick, you know, you can't complain either way there because he's got his hand around the ball and Palliasina appears to be trying to hold on. He certainly doesn't appear to be trying to offload it, does he?
No, I'm with you, Brian. I think that Badeiras certainly reefs that ball away. And this will be time wasted. Not time wasted, just making the clock tick away while he prepares.
Well, they get a minute and then the referee will call time off.
Well, he'll wait for 59.5 seconds then. He's been so influential again, hasn't he, this fella? Come to the rescue on the high kicks time and time again, and his ability to kick over those vital 2 points can never be underestimated.
Yeah, this will probably seal the win, this, if it goes over. And it does.
Well, some of those Wigan fans behind the post celebrating. I know we're here 5 years ago when Wigan lost by 70 points to 0. And I think that's great. That's one of the reasons why you follow your side through thick and thin, good times and bad. You stick with them when you lose heavily, but they've been here tonight and they've thoroughly enjoyed seeing their side as the best side in Super League at the moment.
Another short kick-off from Sinfield, and it doesn't work again. Yeah, June 2005 is the day that Phil is talking about. 70-0, Warriors' heaviest ever Super League defeat on this ground. Riddell at dummy half. Joel Tompkins takes that tackle. Wigan will just take the set of 6 here, just eat up the time. Fielden will drive it in, try and keep hold of the ball. Riddell at dummy half. Hansen, Palliasina again. Bit of a handful, difficult to put down, but they do eventually on the last. Riddell, dummy half. Back it comes to Sam Tompkins. Gone for a drop goal, you know. Hasn't got the legs. Ryan Hall will run this out. He doesn't need to. It is deemed to be a bomb that's diffused in the in-goal area. Tap on the 20. Referee wants Luke Burgess to get back onside, rightly, before he allows this to continue. Now it will with Peacock. Wigan 2 minutes away from a very significant win.
And it's been a good win for them as well, and I'm sure that the caretaker coach Sean Wayne will be very, very proud with his charges.
100% record for Sean Wayne.
Yeah,
2 from 2.
And he's got the experience as well. He's been through the development ranges within the Wigan camp. He knows them inside out.
I wonder if he's on the phone to Michael Maguire again, just as he was at Hull last week.
Well, it's been a great performance, Eddie.
It has been a very good performance. Ryan Hall keeps it alive to Burrow. Here is Sinfield. Will Leeds have the last say? Jones Buchanan fighting to keep his feet. Goes down on tackle number 4. Badeiras waits, finds Sinfield, inside to Maguire, goes past Harrison Hansen. That was very scrappy. The referee says play on both ways there.
You know, it's worth remembering, Eddie, that Wigan have managed to come here and win without probably Amos Roberts, who in my opinion the first 10 rounds of Super League was the best player in the competition. And yet now, at the moment, the strength of the Wigan squad is such that Amos Roberts played before in the second team match, as did Cameron Phelps, and they've managed to create competition for places, which seems to be the perfect chemistry for the red and white jerseys.
And they don't seem to be worried about reputations. If in the coaches' opinions they're not playing to scratch, they're replaced by youngsters.
Well, it seems to have worked for them, doesn't it?
Very much so. An impressive performance this tonight from the league leaders. All but now the holders of the league leaders shield for 2010. Something they haven't achieved for a long, long time. 7 years. 10 years. Ball out on the full. That doesn't really matter because this is a Wigan victory that they will savour, and so will Sean Wayne. Now, where's his mobile? He was on the phone within seconds of the final siren last week to Michael Maguire, saying it was a 46-0 victory. Well, this is even more impressive in many ways.
Well,
not the width of the margin, but the fact that they've come to the home of the champions and won, a ground that's not been kind to them in the weekly rounds over the years.
No, and I think that's got to be very important to the psyche of the side, as you say. Having been here and lost narrowly, they had to come here and again maintain the confidence, the self-belief that's in the club at present if they want to continue the charge to the big night in Manchester.
Well, it's 11 from 12 wins now on the road away from the DW Stadium for the Wigan Warriors. In 2000 they last topped the table under Frank Endicott. I think they're going to do it under Sean Wayne and Michael Maguire, and Sean O'Loughlin is the man of the match. He's with Bill.
Sean, we've seen some brutal games in Super League this season. That's probably one of the toughest you've played.
Yeah, it's tough in conditions like this. It makes the game into a bit of a grind, and you can't chuck the ball a bit too much, so it's always going to be that physical side of the game comes out.
And you'll be disappointed because defence has been so watertight this season. So to concede 2 tries, that's probably going to really tee people off tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, we pride ourselves on our defence, but to come here and get a win, we're more than happy with that. We're keen to have a good run now to the end of the season, and we've continued that. We were disappointed last week, but we've got straight back to winning ways.
3 regular rounds of the season to go. Can you think about maybe that league leaders' shield now?
Not really. It's more about keeping our form going into the playoffs and anything. If we finish top, we finish top, but it's more about just keeping winning habits.
Well done. You've done that tonight again. You've got champagne, £100 for charity of your choice, Sean.
Wigan Alzheimer's Association, please. Thank you.
Let's bring in Stuart Fielden, who got through a mountain of work for the Warriors tonight. And it was that sort of game, wasn't it?
Yeah, massive game. Obviously, not exactly sparkling conditions, is it? And that's going to bring that type of game, isn't it? Where it's tough. It's not exactly pretty, but you've got to tough those games out. And I thought we did, even in the kind of scruffy game that it was.
Stuart, a lot of people are saying that your form is starting to get back to the sort of form we associate with you. Are you thinking that way?
Definitely, yeah. I'm happy with how we're progressing, and I'm moving here at Wigan. It's a great place to be. Everything about the club's great, so I'm very happy.
It's not bad when you're sitting top of the table with 3 rounds to go.
Yeah, it is. I mean, but we're not exactly smoking the cigars yet. Okay, we're top, but you can be top and finish top, but then there's playoffs and all that, and you can finish top minor premiers and end up being second, and no one remembers second either.
Thanks, Jim.
Yeah, long way to go yet. They have probably got half the job done, just about. Stuart Fielden, always the realist. But this is a significant night for them. A 26-12 win at the home of the champions. They are now 6 points clear, and there's 3 rounds to go for them.
Well, it was a bit of a problem, wasn't it? Because Coley was sin bin for this. I think he was committed.